All right, so now we're on to race 4, Saturday, Yonkers, February 18, 2017. So this is not a bad race. This is not a good race though. This is just your average regular race. To me, I thought this was interesting because one, you have the rail. You're driving Dietzy.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're 6-1 morning line. There's 4 double-digit horses. There's a couple of strong horses in here that I thought you were probably 4th or 5th best.
Yeah,
so
I did too.
You thought was this horse moving up in class, down in class? What was? Tell us about Dietzy. Do you drive the horse?
Yeah, I've driven him a lot. The reason I thought that I was probably looking with a great trip, nice and easy, I could probably be hit the board.
Right.
If I'm a little bit lucky. Just coming off a qualifier.
Okay, so he's
against
coming off
these
qualifier.
Horses. That's a big task to ask of him to try to race them pretty hard.
And Pollock is he's a good horse.
Yeah, he's a over horse.
He's dropping down.
Yep.
You're trying to come up to meet that level, and it just
Fashion Delight's a good horse.
Fashion Delight's
Cowboy Terrier's been really good.
Right, and even though that horse has the 8-hole, but yeah, it's a bunch of good horses. So you're looking to just kind of work out the best trip in this race. Is the best trip in this instance the 2-hole? What were you hoping going into the race?
Best trip is the 2-hole, but at what cost if someone else leaves? You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
So I thought the 2 leavers would be Pollock and Fashion Delight, but Fashion Delight, he is not fast off the gate whatsoever.
Okay.
So
you thought you could have a 2-hole?
I thought so because I thought he might get deterred with Pollock leaving under him.
Okay.
So I thought I might be able to hit the 2-hole. And my horse is he's like a cat off the gate.
Okay.
So if I pushed it really quick to the turn, it looks like I'm going to secure the 2-hole. But,
okay.
I wasn't going to kill him to secure the 2-hole.
Sure. So you thought this would be a relatively simple, easy 2-hole textbook. Yeah.
Textbook,
okay. All right, let's rock and roll.
I kind of wanted to, get to the quarter as easy as I possibly could because I know my horse, he can sprint. Sometimes you can out-sprint a better horse.
Sure. Yeah. Well, exactly. If you turn it into a 16th of a mile sprint,
right,
anybody can win.
Yep. So as you can see, the 4 did push off. But,
yes. But the 3-horse jumped. I mean, he was out. He was really out. It wasn't like they were head and head. So
right now,
bada boom.
First turn, I just want to go as slow as I can. That way, I can secure a nice easy 2-hole without using mine too much.
Right.
Without, hopefully that didn't, cost me late to, either we win or second.
So that was as textbook and as easy of a 2-hole as you can kind of get. Everything you kind of figured out. The 4-horse wasn't going to leave too hard because of Pollock. And, so 27-4, that's pretty average for.
I never asked my horse to pace it all through through that opening panel. So
now pause real quick. So when you got a horse, when you get the 2-hole, do you like to stay off the horse in front of you? Do you want to be right on the horse? How do you like to play it?
I like to be right on him. I like to have the bits in their mouth and just kind of
keep them aggressive. Keep them.
But also let them relax a little bit, but also, take a nice little hold. I mean, you just kind of realize that they're not working that hard.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So now are you looking, because you're at the mercy now of Jordan.
Yep.
So are you able to take in, because you can't make any decisions at this point. You are just a passenger and a spectator, right? So the only thing, like you said, you're doing, you maybe want to alter between relaxation and keeping the bit in their mouth.
Yep.
So but you can just watch mostly at this point.
Yeah.
You're watching Jordan. You're watching to the right of you. Are you thinking about? Did you forget to turn off the oven? Are you thinking about the Patriots?
with this horse on the front, he kind of relaxes himself anyway. So I knew we weren't going to go real quick the second quarter.
Okay.
Which keeps my horse, from being hitting the board right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that was the main thing. And I knew that Fashion Delight was probably going to move first over, and he doesn't care for that.
Right. Oh, he doesn't.
No.
Okay.
No.
So that horse is better. What, better on the lead or better following? Fashion Delight.
Way better on the lead.
Okay.
Yeah. So he'll come off a helmet too, but he's not. I've driven him a lot, and I've never done any good with him first over.
Okay, so you kind of figured Fashion Delight's going to have to come first over. He's not going to like that. Maybe at the very worst, I could be second here because things are working out in my favor.
Right. I knew we'd get to Pollock because we weren't going that quick.
Okay.
And then see what happens.
Lead. Then it's a gap of a length to the lunch pail.
Old-fashioned delight. He can grab you in a hole.
Bring his best from off the pace. He's 7.5 lengths from the lead. Don't call me Francis. And the trailer is Cowboy Terrier. The half mile was 57 seconds flat. So Pollock having things all his own way to this point.
And actually, Fashion Delight kind of came late, too, for coming first over into this third turn, so he didn't have to move too early.
Is he more of a grinder or is he a sprinter, Fashion Delight?
More of a grinder.
Okay, so he should have come a little bit earlier.
Well, I mean, he's got enough ways to go to get trucking now.
To get up to him.
But, first over, he's never really been, that's never really been his cup of tea.
All right, so now 3/4, pause it real quick. Now, when you're coming first over, I would assume that you would want to be at least up to the neck of the horse in the lead, right? Like if you're coming first over at the 3/4 pole, heading into that final turn, you want to be at least up to the saddle pad, right? Where you don't want to, because he's not even up to Jordan at this point.
He's not up to Jordan, and we're heading into the last turn. So.
That's not where you want to be first over.
No, not if you're asking already.
So how you feeling at this point? Because again, you're just a spectator. You see.
Oh, my horse feels awesome right now.
Your horse is good. Jordan, not much for that horse.
Right now, if I was a betting man, I'd say I was going to win.
You were going to win. And so now, can you see the horse second over? Like, do you take a peek back?
No, I was just zoomed in right on me and Jordan.
Okay, so you at this point, because
I'm judging if I think I have him beat or not.
Okay, so Fashion Delight, you almost kind of feel like he's done.
Yeah, I think he's gonna hang in there. I ain't gonna be able to go right. I'm gonna have to go left, but I thought that was okay.
Okay.
They've gone 3/4 in 1:25, 28-second third quarter. In the meantime, the lunch pail's ready to roll.
See right here off the turn, I'm trying to get my horse ready to go left because I'm really hemmed in there.
Into the stretch, it's Pollock from the inside.
And Pollock kind of runs out a little bit, which gave me some room. And right here, I was like, oh, he's going right by, and then he kind of threw a neutral on me.
Threw a neutral on you.
So.
So that last 16th of a mile,
got it.
Right,
racing,
right, and it's one of those things that's you could say that makes champions. Pause it. I don't want to. Yeah, we don't need their analysis. We're getting straight from the horse's mouth here. But that last 16th of a mile, that's where champions are made. That's where the extra little fitness comes in. That's where all those little details. I'm not saying that the horse is bad, but that's where the better horses are a little sharper, and
that's probably where the 1 week of not racing.
That's what I mean. Fitness and just all those little tiny things. I mean, the horse still finished third.
He finished third off a qualifier racing against those horses. It's pretty good. So I was pretty happy with him. I felt that knowing him, he's a really, really fast horse, and we were going. It felt like I was getting really close to him, and then he kind of
I'm sure if we put a speedometer on him, that eighth was probably the fastest eighth of the whole race, right? Yeah. Even leaving like that race, the sprint home was.
Yeah, and Pollock's a good old horse. It's gonna take a good horse to get by him.
Tough to beat them, yeah. So and the reason why this race was interesting to me was because everything happened the way it should have. Every horse pretty much did their job. Including Dietzy. Dietzy did a good job. It's just that's what happens.